Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and this is your preview to Formula One pre-season testing. Yes, I'm back doing an F1 video. Oh, that feels good. I mean, I covered the odd bit of breaking news stories, but to actually do an F1 preview, feels so good. You can tell the season's getting ever closer, and I'm, for one, are absolutely buzzing for this new season. So right, F1 heads over to Bahrain tomorrow. 7 o'clock start UK time. Now, I am going to watch it, but I haven't quite decided if I'm going to get up for 7 o'clock yet. I know my friend, UFC Racer, he's getting up at 7 o'clock to watch the start of the pre-season testing, but I may do as well. I don't know yet, I haven't quite decided, but anyway, yeah, Bahrain, usually pre-season testing is in Barcelona, but obviously because of COVID and that, which is why Bahrain it's being tested at, because Bahrain's going to be the first race of the season. Now, I like Bahrain. It throws up quite a few good battles, you know. Hamilton and Ross are going wheel to wheel at it in 2016. Either 2014 or 2016, they're going wheel to wheel at the circuit. It's absolutely fantastic. But pre-season testing, Mercedes, I believe they will do high mileage again. Because usually on the first day pre-season testing, they do about nearly 2 or 3 full Grand Prix distance worth of laps. It's incredible the amount of mileage Mercedes do on the opening pre-season testing. So probably Bottas be in the car in the morning and then Hamilton in the afternoon. Red Bull, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Now Red Bull didn't give away much of their car during their launch, so I wonder if that's a sign that they don't want Mercedes to see something. But Red Bull obviously are going to be Mercedes' closest challengers, and I really hope they can give Mercedes a good battle. Of course, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, and I really want Lewis Hamilton to get number 8 and become the most successful F1 driver ever. Of course, I'd love Hamilton to do that, but I do hope Red Bull can put up a good fight as well. McLaren, Mercedes, now I am absolutely buzzing to see what they can do with Mercedes power. I cannot wait to see how they do, because when they had Mercedes before, they're absolutely fantastic. They used Honda for a second time, but that was an absolute disaster. But hopefully switching back to Mercedes engines for a second time means McLaren are going to hopefully fight for race wins. I'd love them to win the race. Jenson Button, Sao Paulo, Brazil 2012 was the last time McLaren won a race. Could have won a race with Carlos Sainz last season, but Pierre Gasly won the race at Monza. So that was quite unbelievable. Yep, so that's McLaren. Looking forward to seeing what they can do. Ferrari. Now, the team in red, they have got to have a better season this year. Last year was absolute horseshit for the Scuderia Ferrari. I mean, all my time watching F1, I never knew them as bad as this last season. They were totally embarrassed. But they believe they've made some big strides on this year's engine, so hopefully they'll have a bit more power, Ferrari. But to me, I can't see a big Ferrari turnaround until 2022, to be honest, when all the new regulations come in, like bigger tyres, different shaped cars. That's when I think Ferrari will probably do better. But long as they get more podiums this year and that, I think it's progress. But they definitely have to win a race, I think, because if they went 2 whole seasons without winning a race, that'd be an absolute shambles in the name Scuderia Ferrari and the prancing horse. So Ferrari got to have a better season, without question. Aston Martin, Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll joining for Aston Martin. Can Sebastian Vettel redeem his career at Aston Martin? Last season at Ferrari was absolutely awful for Sebastian Vettel. It really was just a total disaster. So I really hope he can rebuild his career at Aston Martin. Lance Stroll did very well, of course, in Turkey last season in the wet weather race, but the changeable weather conditions meant Lewis Hamilton was able to overtake Lance Stroll. And as, of course, the race where Hamilton won his 7th world title, won the Grand Prix, won his 7th world title. But yeah, Aston Martin, I'm really excited to see how they can do this year. Alpine, of course, the new name for the Renault Works team. Fernando Alonso back in the car. I'm absolutely buzzing to see how Fernando Alonso does. I really am, because it's going to be interesting, because Schumacher had a second stint and it never took off for him. But I'm hoping for Alonso, he can score some good points at Alpine. And teammate Ocon. Is it Ocon teammate? Yeah, Hassan Ocon is Alonso's teammate, I believe. So, be interesting to see if Ocon can get the better of Fernando Alonso. Obviously, Alonso back in the car for the first time in a couple of years, so it's going to be big pressure on Fernando Alonso, but I'm sure he'll be able to handle it, no problem. AlphaTauri, now Yuki Tsunoda in the team and Pierre Gasly. I'm really excited to see how Yuki Tsunoda does. He did really well in F2, so hopefully he can do well in F1 as well, Yuki Tsunoda. Because a Japanese driver in F1, and we've had Sato, Yakashima, sometimes it doesn't quite work out in the Japanese drivers. I got high hopes of Yuki Tsunoda. I really have. And of course, Gasly, a race winner last season, which was a real surprise, but there you go. Won the Grand Prix fair and square in Monza, so it'd be interesting to see if he has another good season. Because to me, last season, he was starting the season, Gasly. Absolutely fantastic. Alfa Romeo, of course, they maintained their drivers lineup. They've got Kimi Raikkonen still, and Giovinazzi. Now, Giovinazzi showed improvement last season, so hopefully he can do a good job. And Kimi Raikkonen, of course, still going. He's about 40 now, and he's still going, so it's absolutely incredible. The Iceman, Kimi Raikkonen, is still going. I just love Kimi Raikkonen's team radio messages. They're brilliant. Kimi, yes, I know what I'm doing. Kimi Raikkonen's unbelievable. Haas. Now, 2 new boys of the team for Haas. Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. Yep, Mick Schumacher, of course, the name Schumacher back in F1. So it's going to be interesting to see how Haas gets on. Because to me, I won't be at all surprised if Haas actually finish last in the Constructors' Championship this year. Because apparently there's rumours that they've given up development on this year's car already. If that's the case, then they are definitely going to finish last in the Constructors this year. To me, at times last season, Haas were just absolutely horseshit. They weren't good enough last season. Of course, Roman Grosjean, with every time I see images of that crash that Roman Grosjean had last season at Bahrain, oh my goodness me. It brings shivers to my spine, it really does. Of course, Roman Grosjean now going to be doing some street circuits in IndyCar, so that's going to be interesting to watch. I may have to start watching IndyCar again, because about nearly a decade ago I was watching IndyCar quite a bit, but then I kind of lost interest in it because unfortunately we lost Dan Weldon, who was a British driver, who sadly got killed in an accident. And of course, Dario Franchitti got injured as well. So I kind of went off Indy racing a bit, but I may start watching it again because it sounds quite exciting, IndyCar. So for Mick Schumacher and Naismith, a learning curve, I think, for the Haas drivers. Now, Williams, George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Now, you know, Nicholas Latifi last season to me was quite disappointing. I mean, Russell out-qualified him in every session last season in the Williams. We all know George Russell should be in the Mercedes partner in Hamilton. I mean, the interview this week, what Bottas did saying, I could win the championship this year, absolutely laughable. It really is, because Hamilton knows every day in the week he will beat Bottas, because Valtteri Bottas just isn't on the same level as what Lewis Hamilton is. We all know that, which is why I would love George Russell and Lewis Hamilton in the same team, but Bottas keeps his seat, so... But Bottas usually starts off strong, but then Hamilton just completely outclasses him for the rest of the season. So, George Russell, I think he'll be the star driver again for Williams. Latifi definitely got to work on his performances. Oh, excuse me. But looking forward to pre-season testing. It's going to be very good. In the comments, let me know down below what you think. And I will be doing a little bit of a review of day one and that, of the pre-season testing. So do stay tuned for that. And obviously, I'll be doing a match review for the United game against AC Milan. Okay, bye-bye.